You never know what you'll find in the universe of my mind. Okay, so as I've shown you, there's a little bit of weather happening out there. Not as bad as yesterday, though. But yeah, the yesterday I intended to film this flip through yesterday, but it was so gloomy and the light, there were so many shadows and stuff. It was really hard. It's still not the best lighting, but I think today's okay enough. So what? Mama's forgetting to tell them something? Is that it? But Mama doesn't know what she's forgetting. I've been working on some fussy cuts and stuff, so I have lots of things on the go right now, so my studio room's a mess, but that's not really anything new. Anyway, here we go. So this is completed out of sequence number 10, and I started it in September of 2018 and completed it in October of 2022. That's a piece of scrapbooking paper, and I love it. I only had the one sheet, I'm pretty sure. I just stuck some random a book plate and a couple of random pieces from note papers, and that's the same. That's this racked around here. This was inspired by a magazine page. I have a crimper tool thing, and I used that on a piece of cardstock. Actually, a few pieces. And she's pop dotted. I switched around my leftover paint. So this was leftover paint, and this was the drop paper, and there's like a person here, and it's windy. I just noticed it. I don't know if I noticed it that time. Anyway, and then I saw this in there too, and so yeah. That sound is Soma playing. I saw her in a floor tile and drew her out. So I have these are just bits of a lot of things, like lists and like grocery lists and punch outs, just a bunch of random things like that, and then I just put color on them and then ripped them up and then glued them all in this thing. And then Franklin had done this little doodle, and he said I could have it, and it says focus, and so I thought that was perfect to like, yeah, just to have a landing point in amongst the chaos and everything. And then the journaling is on her tongue. Now her tongue is kind of big, and it should be tongue color, but but anyway, yeah. This doesn't work as well as I intended it to and stuff, so some of the journaling is kind of lost in there, but that's one way of doing some hidden journaling. Oops, I don't want to push it too far in. But yeah, it does come out fully so that you can actually read it. And then there's a stopper there and everything, but it doesn't work as well as it should. And all of these, so this was a cupcake liner, and it inspired all kinds of things. And these are just bits and pieces from it's a random page, I guess is what I'm saying, and it's got bits from Crops Ahoy. It was a Scrapfest event that I attended to in person. It was before COVID, before all the lockdowns and everything, and we had played a game, and I won a prize because I played, and so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is just journaling and ephemera from that event. It was a wonderful event. I enjoyed it. I did these while we were there. The theme was Crops Ahoy. We were on a creative cruise ship. Anyway, it was a fun. We could be in costume if we wanted, and I did. I dressed as a pirate, and I even had like a seagull and a parrot that I made. If I can find them, I'll try to put some photos for you to see. Anyway, yeah, so this is some journaling and stuff that I was doing while at the event. These are as well. I'm forever trying to get this over the shoulder pose, and I'm challenged. I can't get it right. And there's a message in a bottle here. But yeah, I mean, even though she's unnaturally twisted there, I still kind of like her. Just some more stuff while at the event. And some stickers. And this represents me in my costume at the event. Hopefully I have found the photos in editing and can show you. But I'm pretty sure actually that I have a video about this event, so I could link that too. These are just some journaling about Christmas traditions and things, and just some random things that I found and thought I love them and stuff. This is inspired by a piece of scrapbooking paper that a fellow attendee at the event gave me, and it had a beautiful reindeer on it. Yeah, those are cut from a sales flyer. Remembrance Day. I don't really have much else to say about that. Those are the stickers that come in the mail. This and this butterfly and that butterfly, they're die cuts, and that one has my journaling behind it. And yeah, those I love this for a background, but then I don't want to cover it up or I don't know what to use to cover it up with and stuff. But yeah, just this kind comes from the paper that comes in with my prescription eye drops, and the blacker ones come from a computer book, a book about computer stuff, and then just regular book text and stuff. Oh, I thought she was a tip-in, but she's not. Random journaling, and then this is like a continuous line thing in the background, and then I incorporated her hair a little bit in there. This piece of cardboard, I had cut something out of it and saw this shape, and it looked like a star or a body, and so I just did that with it because I thought it was kind of fun. And this is possibly my favorite journaling page I've ever done. I don't know what it is about this, I just love it. And I don't really even know exactly what it's all about, but something about my clutter and feeling overwhelmed and everything like that, having too many creative to-dos on my list, and it's ever growing, and just a lot of stuff. And this is the continuous line thing again, but I did it in using different colors of pens, and yeah, I absolutely love this, and I don't even really know why. And I even did the journaling inside one of the areas. But something about this, I'm tangled in my own thoughts and mess and everything. I mean, she doesn't look like me, but she kind of represents me. Anyway, enough about that. But she's one of my like top 5 favorite art journal pages I've ever done. And these are just some random tags. They were bright and cheerful and beautiful colors, and so I just did that. I don't know what this is about. Yeah, I don't know what inspired this, but and this was at the events at, oh, this was a different Scrapfest event, but they had some table scatter, and some of it was, yeah, Casino Viva Las Vegas theme. I wasn't really into this theme very much, but I still did a costume, and I enjoyed the event. The theme wasn't really up my alley. But then I saw these, and these shapes made me think of these kinds of things, and so I just had some fun playing around with the shapes and making things out of them. And then it must be approaching. No, I was going to say it must be approaching Halloween, but it's not. It's April. Oh, it was inspired by a dream. Okay. Probably should have put this in my Days of Creep journal. This was inspired by James Burke. I don't really have a whole lot more to say about that. And then we're getting close to Easter, so I think these are probably inspired by James Burke too. Inspired by him, but then I kind of did my own thing. Friendly alien critter. So two different views of him. And this was an attempt at mixed media collage stuff, and it was a stick-a-pick. It was with my sister. These were the prompts. So we drew a piece of paper that had the prompt on it or something. I can't remember exactly how we did it, but anyway, and then we would draw the thing, each our turn, draw a thing, a prompt, and then do the prompt, and then draw another one and do that on top. And anyway, but after the 10th thing, I ended up with this. So that is wax paper. Those are seed pod thingies. Just a bunch of mixed media things that I did with my sister. So this I saw in the backyard trees. I don't think that tree is out there anymore. I think they chopped it down. So when I see a show up, I often will do a quick sketch of it like this and make myself some notes if there are specific things like a specific color, or my quick sketch needs adjusting or whatever, so that when I come to do the drawing, then I can make those adjustments or whatever. And sometimes I only take inspiration from this and do my own thing with the inspiration. But anyway, so that's kind of how that works. So yeah, these were in the backyard trees, and they're show-ups. So I got a die cut of balloons, and it looks like that. And then it made the negative space inspired all of this. So yeah, it just looked like a fancy face. So I did all of those. That's a die cut too, and I love her. Okay, now this, I love them. They're made out of corrugate, and I wish that I hadn't come back and added the flowers, because before the flowers they looked more like these do. They looked like this, and it was beautiful. And I mean, it's not ugly, but I preferred it without the flowers. I wonder, yeah, I probably could take them off, but I made these, and then I didn't know where to go, and so I left this like it was for a long time, and then I came back when I wanted to finish up the journal. I came back and did that recently, and I kind of regret doing it, but I mean, I still like them, just I liked them a lot better before. But anyway, and those, it's pieces of cardboard, and I used a tag as to trace around, and then I exposed the corrugate on one side and did that. I love the circle ones. So I guess these are artist coins or something like that. Anyway, and then I did my journaling on a piece, and this ribbon, and I love having stuff, interactive stuff and whatnot. And this is okay, so this started with these. They were leftovers from making these. These are made out of cardboard and gel pens, and they were for the Mouse family Chinese New Year, and it was the year of the pig. So I just collected different coin images from sales flyers mostly, and did this. Coins and money, but mostly coins. So this is sort of like a glue booking page, I guess. Sort of. Right now I'm seeing a critter here. He's got small horns or ears, and that's his like muzzle, and he's got like a beard like thing, and his neck. his eye would be around here somewhere. Anyway, appreciate the little things and live the moment. These pieces of paper towel were so pretty, and I just figured that I would use them as a background for my quotes. It's a good day to have a good day. And yeah, the more I look, the more I see some show-ups, some friendly alien critters. Like there's one here. The face is here with an eye and antenna thing and tiny arms and like a big poofy dress and tiny legs, probably a fairy. There's one here looking at us. His eyes are here, and his body, that tiny ears, maybe a tail, a big paw. And there's a lady here. She's got like one of those fancy Victorian dresses, and the heart is hiding her face. Anyway, I see all kinds of them. Oh, that's a fun one. It's an adorable little baby dragon, and it's his side profile. Anyway, I see lots of them. And those are just a few of the ones I see. And this, okay, so this is not pretty like I wanted it to be, but this was inspired by this, which is gorgeous, and it's a Corey Hart thing. It was on the screen thing behind him on this stage. So yeah, it was a special Corey Hart thing. And then that inspired this. It's got wax bloom. But yeah. And then there's some journaling around. But yeah, that was a special Corey Hart event. This was a soul art ritual thing. So are these. So was this. Anyway, yeah, it was, this image came to me during one of the meditation things. Guided meditation things during the soul art ritual thing. This is a show up with wax bloom. And I think he's in here somewhere. Anyway, this is, I know it looks pretty dramatic and gory and all that. This was also a soul art thing, and this came to me while I was doing one of the guided meditation thingies. I need forgiveness. Yeah, forgiveness for things from the past that I'm not going to go into. So I don't use this table anymore, but before Franklin built this work surface for me, I was using two different tables, and one of the tables had this pattern on it. It wasn't that color, but anyway, it had a pattern on it, and so that's what inspired this. And then I did some. These are various types of paper that I cut to make things with the pattern. So those two things inspired each other, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then a flower and the kitty cat just kind of showed up in one of the pieces that were left after I had cut a bunch of those out. That was in 2019. That was a little while ago. Probably should have put this in my Days of Creep. But this was... Oh, and also should have been in my dream journal because it's based on a dream. And I guess I wrote about the dream right there. So Summerween, so this is a mix of things. It's solar ritual stuff, but it's also I did a costume. See if I can find the video and link it. There's stuff in here from leftover paint and whatnot, and then so when I made the costume, I used these petals, rose petals. They're fake, but they're kind of pretty. Anyway, and then I made this fairy with bits and pieces, like die cuts and pieces from the packaging, from some of the costume bits, like the wings and etc. So anyway, this is a jumble, and it's I mean, it's not really visually appealing, but it's got lots of stuff going on journaling wise. This was also a soul art thing. This so I had gone to visit my family. This was the last time that I had gone before COVID hit, and I haven't been anywhere since. Yeah, this is a jumble of things too. So anyway, this is a teddy bear. I now have this teddy bear, and his name is Adantoni. He was my mom's, but he was living at my sister's for a little while, but now he lives with me. This side is inspired by James Burke and uses up a bunch of stickers, which is really cool, and I enjoyed that. I might do that again sometime. Stickers and doodling and paint and stuff. And this is also a Facebook Live with Laura Holick, so it was also a soul art thing. And there's an alien critter. So my hands, and just, yeah, I don't remember exactly what it's all about, but anyway, it's soul art stuff. That's a friendly alien critter show up. And I kind of like this bleed through, so I left it visible. This was circles something. There's not much to say about it. I don't know if it was inspired by somebody, but I guess I just did it. It's probably inspired by the page in the Rectus journal that the prompt is circles, and I was probably inspired by that or something. I don't know. Anyway, and then I did some more of a similar thing here. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll just leave that be then. But I kind of like how this looks. Inspired by Laura Hollick. I don't really know what this is about, but it had a background that I like. And just book text and torn pieces of paper and pieces of tape and just doing things. Trying to collage, I guess. And then, oh, I kind of like this. Also inspired by Laura Hollick. Her Community of Hearts art piece. And so yeah, this one has glossy accents on it. And so the cat is inspired by something in one of Franklin's games, computer games, and that's a show up, but I don't remember where I saw him. And then I just had some pretty border paper things. I don't know what they're called. And I made a pile of pockets, and then I just put some things that I like and don't want to let go of, but don't really know what to do with. And so I just randomly put stuff in there. Tuck spots and pockets. And the same on this side. That is scrapbooking paper. And this was on a piece of scrapbooking paper too. And she's inspired by something APG Jamie was doing, or a stamp she has or something, and then I made my own stamp. Or maybe I just did the drawing. I don't think this one is actually a stamp. Anyway, and then this came from scrapbooking paper, and I mounted it on cardstock like I did the owl. And then these are die cuts that I got in a package from a store. I don't remember where I got that though, but anyway, so yeah, just some random things that I like but didn't know what to do with. And this is from one of Carolyn Dubie's Art Sparks of Inspiration things. Art Inspiration things. If you sign up to her newsletter, she gives you one every newsletter. She gives you one, and so at the time I was still able to print stuff out sometimes, and now I can't because I don't have access to a working printer. But anyway, so this is wrapping paper, and in her Spark I saw these robots, and so I cut out from her Spark and then drew on top of them. And this is inspired by James Burke. I think I used a stencil, possibly. And then in detail, because I don't think I could get it that even. Yeah, I must have used a stencil for the bricks and then used colored pencil on top to make it look more detailed. This is inspired by the same thing that James Burke was doing. And I don't remember what that's inspired by, but what happened here? Based on a dream, okay. And then some journaling in here. And I left this blank because when I flip the page, you'll see that this is what you see behind it, but that's a napkin. That's like the liner that you take off from a napkin before you use the napkin in your art piece, and then it just, so you see the inside of the house or whatever. And then this is based on that dream still. It's weirdest things in my brain sometimes. But I love abstract. Okay, so this was I think it was inspired by a dream, or maybe a dream or a show up, or I woke up with that image in my head or something. Anyway, I can't remember exactly, but and there's no bleed through, but the cutouts from the other side, these and the bumps they made and everything, I saw her. I like this idea, but it's too busy in my journaling. But yeah, these are just, when I was younger, I used to do abstracts with a lot of stuff going in. Well, they looked kind of like this, but they were drawn only, and so I wanted to try to do stuff that do one that is like more physical or whatever. And so I was experimenting with that, and yeah, I agree with my with my journaling. I like the idea, but the execution wasn't quite right. And then pieces, just doing more experimenting with that idea. Just doing abstract things, bits of scrapbooking paper and other things, and just more of that same stuff. And then this envelope, this came from PETA, and then this envelope has a bunch of things. I used to do this at the end of my journals. I'd have an envelope for things that I didn't want to let go of, but I didn't really have anywhere else to put them. So yeah, there are like show-ups and journaling and things in there, but we'll be here forever if I show you everything that's in there. But there, I mean, it's, most of it is like, now I put that stuff on random pages and stuff, like it's postcards or bits of paper or a list or pieces of balloon or or you know, it's just stuff like that. And then this is a show up. And she says, see you in the next journal. But yeah, she was a show up. Showed up in the trees, I think. Yeah, in the trees. And that's the end of this journal.